As UC Berkeley hunkered down, what exactly was coming to town? A massive earthquake, a Category 6 hurricane, a meteor strike killing everyone with a nose ring? No, they were doomsday prepping for this guy.
And if you want to get this magnificent tumbler, then all you have to do is spend $99 a year. Just get the annual subscription. You can pay more than that for the monthly. Get the annual, and then you will be guaranteed to get all of those things, plus this fantastic Leftist Tears hot or cold tumbler.
That's what Berkeley was preparing for. Ben Shapiro, that little fella with the squeaky voice. Yep. When Cal Berkeley played host to a speech by the conservative radio host to deal with protesters, the school beefed up security to the tune of $600,000. The school also shut down buildings and barricaded the hall where Shapiro spoke. And leading up to the speech, told students and faculty to seek counseling. How pathetic. Pathetic. Now, these measures weren't about accommodating Shapiro or free speech. It was about accommodating people afraid of speech. Here's the crowd chanting outside Shapiro's speech about his speech being violent. Well, that's confusing. If speech is violent, shouldn't they shut up? I think it's safe to say that these are not bright people. All right, Kat, thank you. You can applaud anytime you like, but... it helps my self-esteem. Speech is violence, Kat.
Yeah, no, it isn't. And, also, I don't think that these kids are really afraid of him or really were worried. I think a lot of them were just going along with it because it's, you know, they think it's cool and hip. And I found proof of that. Can we bring that up real quick? Ben Shapiro, not welcome here. I know for a fact that if you don't hate someone enough to know how to correctly spell their name, to type it in, to hate stalk their Instagram, then you don't hate them at all.
Yes.
You don't. And a lot of people are debating whether or not he's too offensive, or Ann Coulter's too offensive, or Milo's too offensive to speak. But that's not even the argument. The argument is that they still have First Amendment rights no matter what.
Exactly.
Free speech. And I would be much more afraid to see those rights not being protected than I would of any speaker, ever.
Tyrus, there are people all over the world that are suffering. They're refugees. They come here. They don't need counseling. They just try to find a job and work. These kids are embarrassing.
Well, it just goes, but the woman who ran for the presidency of the United States is doing the same thing. I mean, and I'm not going to mention her name because I don't want to hear the boos, but she just, it's just a state of victimhood. You know, it's like, I don't want to hear what he has to say because it's going to hurt my special place. When I grew up, you kept your special place in your special place. You didn't. No one could hurt it. You know, it's just, it's become, it's defeating that it costs money to be able to speak your mind. And here's the thing. If I don't like what he has to say, I'm not going to go. And that's it.
You know, it's funny. Even if I liked what he had to say, I still wouldn't go because I'm lazy. I would never. I would just not get up and go. Jason, you know what? If I were their parents, I would completely cut them off financially, because if they are out there like protesting speech, I've raised a terrible child.
No, well, in the government, look, we all pay for it. We all supplement this $600,000 for security. And the irony, these are the people who preach the most tolerance. They're the least tolerant of anybody that you see.
Now, you know what? They expected, Joe, they expected a lot of violence, a lot of stuff, and it didn't happen. There were only 9 arrests. And the reason why it was so benign was the police enforced the rule, no masks. So suddenly, none of these jackasses could commit crimes because they can't wear masks. Isn't that the solution?
Yeah, I think it is. And that's the same kind of laws they used to pass to prevent the KKK from assembling. They're is what they are. And they only flex when they're in mobs like that. And the idea that they would say that their violence is considered speech and your speech is considered violence. It's like they read 1984 and thought it was a handbook of how to conduct yourselves. And also that they appropriate the language of actual victims. They're saying, brace yourself for Ben Shapiro's. Brett, we have people who are fleeing hurricanes right now. And these people are saying, oh, show me on your swimsuit line where the bad idea touched you. They're pathetic.
Where'd you get those bruises from, bro? Harsh language?
It's really sad.
The, University of Utah, there's some students there. A couple radical groups are planning to disrupt another Shapiro speech September 27th. They've asked the university president to cancel it. They're small groups, but these are fanatics. But I have to say, like, if they enforce this no mask rule from now on, it's there's going to be no more violence.
Also, all these idiots are making him incredibly popular.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's true. He said now Shapiro's a superstar. Probably won't return my calls, but that's okay. I love you, Ben. Coming up, could Kid Rock be our next great president? And who would be his VP? Uncle Cracker. Next, Donald Trump hitting the stump. That's what you might think if you happen to be at a Kid Rock concert this week. The rocker made his first Senate campaign speech standing in front of a podium flanked by two lasses, accompanied by pyrotechnics and music. Political campaigning may be entering a new era. Kid Rock began his speech with policy notes.
What's going on in the world today? Seems the government wants to give everyone health insurance, but wants us all to pay.
My goodness. Then he had the strongest words possible for neo-Nazis.
Call me a racist because I'm not PC and think you have to remind me that Black Lives Matter. Nazis, bigots, and now again the KKK. I said, you racist, stay the hell away.
He ended with suggesting he may be running for president one day.
And if Kid Rock for Senate has got some folks in disarray, wait till they hear Kid Rock for president of the USA. Because wouldn't it be a sight to see President Kid Rock in Washington, D.C., standing on the desk in the Oval Office like a G?
All right. I'm sorry. How is it even possible to compete with that? Good luck, Democrats. Although they've already started looking for their candidates.
We should run through the forest. We should dance in the streams. We should sing. We should laugh. We should love. We should dream. We should stare at the stars and not just at the screens. Do you know what I'm saying? Do you know what it means to sing?
Martin O'Malley. And we'd all but forgotten you. Jason, has Trump changed the way future politicians will? I mean, that could work. I can't think of anybody that could beat that.
You know, that surreal moment for me was during the Mitt Romney campaign. Kid Rock did a lot for Mitt Romney, and to see Mitt Romney talking to Kid Rock about policy was like blowing my mind.
Yes.
And he learned from it, and I hope he runs in Michigan. He can win that race.
Oh, he could win.
He will. If he wants to be a senator in Michigan, I'm from Michigan, he has to do one thing, and that is get his name on the ballot. That's it. He will win. He will 100% win. I'm calling it right now that he'll win. Think about Michigan. Trump won Michigan, and also in the Democratic primary, Bernie won. They would 100% vote by Debbie Stabenow. Kid Rock is going to be a senator if he runs.
Yeah,
100%.
I assess the voters who he might not get. So with men, he'll get men, right? With women, he'll get women. What he won't get are beta male students and blog editors at the Huffington Post and angry unemployed activists. So I calculated that he will get 98.5% of the vote. Kyrus, this guy is taking professional wrestling into politics.
No, he did not. Stop. He's a singer. He ain't no wrestler. And Donald Trump did that. Donald Trump actually wrestled at WrestleMania and hosted. Donald Trump, that's how you cut a promo. We watch Donald Trump. What he's trying to do, here's the deal. Donald Trump is a unicorn.
Yeah.
Okay? And he's a pony. You can't You can't do what Donald did.
Really? You don't
think you wanna bet?
I will bet
Okay.
$2.
All right.
Here's the thing: when Donald made mistakes, or when anything from his past was brought up, he owned it.
Yeah.
Fired back on you. It's already starting, and they hit him with well, didn't you used to perform a Confederate flag? I'm not talking to you. You're done, bro.
Yeah.
You're done. You have to own you were a wild rock and roll child, and you did the drug, you did the partying or whatever. You got to own it, turn it around, and throw it back at him. Not, oh, no, I'm not talking to you guys. I'm whatever. That's not going to work. You can't be a Donald Trump because there's only one Donald Trump. He is just... That formula won't work for anybody else. It won't work. Man. It'll be cool. They'll laugh about it, but if you can't back up that stuff with some substance,
I don't know.
Great rap with guitar doesn't really work in the mainstream, but nothing he said I was like, cool. He just said a bunch of sound bites that everyone's already heard before.
I disagree, but I got to move on. I want to talk to Joe, but because I've seen Schwarzenegger, what's his name, Jesse Ventura, a lot of unusual people get into politics.
But they had messages, strong messages from jump.
Yeah,
that was a.
I think he had. I thought he had. You have to see watch his whole speech where he talks about single fathers. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah,
you know, I thought it was.
Well, I like watching just the idea of him talking about being president with a hot babe on either side, and all I could picture was a single tear down the cheek of Bill Clinton. It was a generation off that he could have done that. Well, you know, I think what we've learned is that we're so used to politicians lying to us and not coming through with it. We're almost cool with the lying part, expecting it won't come through. So give us better lies. Yeah. Give us better nonsense up front, and maybe it'll happen. Yeah. Maybe it'll work out. Yeah. You don't know.
Senator Kid Rock, it's happening.
Yeah. You know, and by the way, I don't think there are any liberal celebrities from Michigan to go up against him. There's nobody alive from the MC5. Remember that band? The left-wing band, Motor City 5?
Oh, no, Wayne Kramer.
Well,
he's a felon, though. He can't run.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Well, that didn't stop the entire Democratic Party. All right, coming up, the nominees for the Toy Hall of Fame are here. Sadly, Baby's First Beehive was snubbed again.